Hey, Leo, Mel, Intuitive Coach here, excited to bring in your February 2025 career and money reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Leo, what is going on here for you? I feel like you are unlocking an area that has felt difficult to tap into, perhaps your creative potential. For others of you, this may even be your subconscious belief or a pattern that was hidden from view, okay? So buried into your subconscious, and something is coming up. It could be, again, a pattern or a habit that has caused you to stay at a certain level. And Leo, I feel like you are ready to move on to the next level, the next stage. Yeah, Three of Swords in reverse. So there's been some sort of disappointment here. There has been a repetitive pattern or a blockage that may have been holding you back. Some of you may have even went through a financial crisis, bankruptcy, foreclosure. There was rejection or a lot of drama here in your personal life or your professional life that was leading to some stuck energy. And I see Ten of Swords here. So this is about you leaving behind the past and really growing from situations that have happened for you. Some of you may have even gone through a bit of a tower moment. That's one of your key themes here. But this tower is about earning power. It's about building a business or making a sound decision in the corporate world. There's the devil showing up in your recent past. So it feels like you were bonded or tethered. And this is the month where, again, I'm seeing the key. I see the key fitting the keyhole and it turning here. So it's unlocking a new opportunity, unlocking some potential that you had a bit of difficulty tapping into here. So Leo, whatever is breaking your heart, whatever patterns, and I say patterns because you have this spiral at the bottom of the deck. It may feel at times like things are out of control, or perhaps it feels like it's been a struggle connecting or getting promoted or finding support or stability. Things are changing here for you. There's a turn. It wouldn't surprise me to see the Wheel of Fortune showing up as well. But you have the Eight of Cups above you. So you're moving on from the Three of Swords and the Devil and the Ten of Swords. So there's something that you are definitely cutting ties with and moving on. And I'm also hearing shoulds. You are letting go of the shoulds. I should move in that direction. I should go back to school. I should do this. I feel like you're not shoulding on yourself anymore, Leo, meaning you're not getting in your own way. I feel like you're coming in from the cold this month. There's people who want to support you, or there are opportunities for you to grow and advance. And if you're not in an environment that is allowing that to happen, I see you moving in a new direction. All right. Yeah. Death. You're getting a lot of, endings, bringing in new beginnings here, ending, back to back. So you're transforming. You're going through a massive transformation. Why? Because the ultimate blessing, the 10 of Cups, that is fulfillment intuitively, spiritually, financially, having that piece of satisfaction on a deep soul level. I mean, nothing can beat that. And I feel like that's why you're going through some of these changes that you are going through at this time, for you to really step into that blessing. You have the Four of Swords and your hopes and fears. What's the final outcome here, please? Final outcome for Leo in the month of February. What's the final outcome? Okay. You have a few cards that just came out. Temperance at the bottom. Final outcome is really quite beautiful, actually. And now I understand why 3 cards came out, because there's a choice to make at the end of the month. So let's dive in here. You have growth as one of your key themes, Leo. It says, expect good money flow, a raise, or a new job offer. It's important to unlearn, to grow as rules continue to morph and change. So there has been a pattern that you have endorsed or, integrated into your energy field. It's something that, we get used to, and it becomes our default, and we start to do it without even having to be consciously aware. It comes natural because we've been doing it repetitively for so long. And that's what I see here with the spiral. But it feels like this month, things are really shaking that up within you. Because I'm getting the subconscious, I actually see the moon right behind the spiral, the pattern. So this tells me that it is coming to the surface. It's coming up. Three of Swords is your main energy here in reverse. So that can be taking a look at unresolved emotional patterns or pain that's caused blockages financially, or cause you to, should all over yourself and not move forward in a direction that can bring you blessings and gratitude. Even though I feel like there are blessings and gratitude in your life, there's a stuck energy with the devil and the Three of Swords, but I do feel like this is being put behind you. For some of you, this is something that may have even occurred quite some time ago, but it still impacts you on a deep, subconscious level. Because the Ten of Swords is showing up in your deep past, your deep foundation. Maybe there's been some sort of rejection. There's been a job loss, maybe bankruptcy, foreclosure, a divorce, anything that can come to an end, or you've hit a glass ceiling in some way. So it says, don't delay growth. The process of healing is worth doing. And that's why you have the Three of Swords. So again, healing whatever has caused the blockages here for you. And whatever the shoulds are, I really want you to ask yourself, why do I keep saying I should do it, but I'm not actually doing it? So getting to the root of a situation here, digging deep into that subconscious mind and taking a look at some limitations or beliefs that are holding you back. You have the Tower here. Perhaps it feels like things are unstable, in the economy, in your workplace. There could be a new sense of stability that you are programming into your psyche, basically. Sometimes that Tower is destroying old structures, old beliefs, old paradigms in order for you to wake up to the new, because this can be spiritual awakening as well. And I feel like you have the ability to really climb to the top. I mean, the Eiffel Tower, that's a high energy, and there's two solid pillars, and I feel like you are stronger, you are more independent than you were in the past, and you've grown. And I feel like you have this ability to keep on building your success, keep on building your, finances here, and your wealth and your health as well, because health is wealth. Now you have the Business card, the Luck, and the Gears. So this is beautiful. When you have luck smack dab in the middle, that's why I was picking up on that Wheel of Fortune, because I feel like you are changing your perspective, because you're digging into a pattern that is not benefiting you in some way. It actually allows things to start moving forward in a different direction. This is money flowing instead of feeling like money is stuck, or money is, toxic or cramped with that devil energy. It feels like there's been a bit of, a gear that's been stuck. And this could even be the gears in the mind. Perhaps you've been overthinking, obsessing about something. And I feel like you could even take a little bit of time off, take some time to yourself. This is about putting your plans into motion. And perhaps this is also about you taking a look at some routines, some spiritual health routines, such as journaling or meditation or yoga, to really ground yourself, your body, your mind. Now, if those gears have been going a million miles per hour, or perhaps it feels like you've been very disconnected from your goals, I see that that is something you are getting clear on. You have the Luck. Anything you do now will be prosperous, because you're seeing things, you're unlearning The growth card tells me that you understand the importance of growth. You understand how important it is to be flexible. There may even be multiple sources of income coming in here for you, or that you are trying to build up or create. If you believe that you're lucky, you'll create an abundant mindset. Absolutely. And I am getting here, this is interesting because you see the tic-tac-toe, but I'm actually seeing the old game Duck, Duck, Goose. And it feels like you have been sitting in a circle, so to speak, waiting for you to get picked. Okay. And I feel like you are the goose. You are the one that is getting picked. And it feels like the time is now. And perhaps it's the hand of the divine. It's with spirit's help that, duck, duck, duck. You weren't picked for whatever reason in the past, but it feels like this is your time to shine. All right. And I feel like you're receiving intuitive guidance. You're receiving nudges from the universe saying, all right, goose, it's your time to get up. It's your time to kind of run around here. And I feel like the gears is reminding you also that you have the knowledge, you have the intelligence, you have also the mindset with that luck card. Your perspective is stifling your growth and stamping your luck. And I said earlier about shifting perspectives here. You have the business card. It says, do not be intimidated to enter the world of business. You got this. You could be an entrepreneur, a business owner. For some of you, you may even be going to an authority figure, maybe a boss or someone who is a professional in their field. You could be sitting down with them. There could be appointments that are made in February. I do see you considering an alternative choice or an alternative position. I see that with your outcome here. It says you could be a CEO or any, higher level job, maybe in the corporate world or even an entrepreneur. Elevate your awareness. Elevate your awareness and think bigger if you want different results. There's the perspective. There's the advancement. There's the growth. It starts within the mind. Now, because you have the spiral, I feel like you may be revisiting perhaps a past project that you put on the back burner. It could be something that, you had to shove aside because you had other responsibilities that took precedence. All right, maybe you wanted to write that book, or perhaps you wanted to take the class or go back to school, but you had to take care of, a child, or you had to focus on your health, or you took care of an aging parent, whatever it is that kind of pulls you in different directions at times. I feel like it was difficult because you had to put your dream maybe on pause, but now it feels like you subconsciously expect you to be pulled out from that energy again, which may be why you're blocking yourself or why you're telling yourself, I should do that, but perhaps subconsciously you feel like you're going to get pulled in a different direction. And there's also a message around consistency here, staying consistent with, a new project, a new idea, or some new goals that you've set out for yourself. So starting off, Leo, you do have the Three of Swords. I mean, you can't sugarcoat the Three of Swords any way you cut it. It is some sort of painful truth, betrayal, moving on. I do see it in reverse, which is good. And I see the Eight of Cups here above you. So it feels like you are moving on from some sort of disappointment, argument, where you're just not feeling appreciated. You're not feeling good. This is a separation of energies here. Now, some of you could have even lost a home or lost a job, lost a family member. I feel like there's definitely disappointment that you have gone through. I feel like this is past energy though, because you do have the Ten of Swords at the bottom here. Now crossing you, you have the King of Wands. The King of Wands is an influencer. He's someone who, is you. You see the lion in the background, but he's someone who marches to the beat of his own drum. He's a leader. He's successful. He's adventurous. He's warm. He's resourceful. He is expressive. You know, he is you, female or male. And I feel like you kind of lost touch of all of those wonderful, incredible qualities, Leo, that you possess. And I feel like there has become perhaps a little bit of inflexibility. We talked about that earlier. There's been an inflexibility, or it feels like you may have gone through a bit of a dry period. You can see that he's in the desert and he has the lizard on his shirt, but sometimes we must go through, you know, a dry period in order to really reflect and heal and take a look at what is working and what's not. And you have the lion, the Leo strength in the background. And this tells me that you are someone who is brave enough to face fears. You are someone who has the inner strength, the vulnerability to overcome any difficulties and to work on any issues around self-doubt. All of those should haves, right? I feel like you're addressing. And this is a month where you take your power back. Okay, this is a month where you take your power back. Bottom of the deck, you've gone through an ending. You've left a situation. This is maybe a familiar pattern that you've seen play out. But I actually like this 10 of Swords because oftentimes you'll see the 10 swords in the back, face down. She's gracefully walking away. So for some of you, perhaps in the past, you knew that your time has come at a certain position and you wanted growth. You wanted to move on here. Maybe that's something that is bubbling up within you now. And I feel like you don't want to sit in any sort of devil energy. That may be why you're moving on once again, or you're finding yourself in a repeat pattern or scenario, because the devil is showing up here in reverse, and the devil can be tempting. Sometimes this is golden handcuffs. What that means is you may be working in a career that pays well, but it is toxic and you're having a difficult time maybe finding another path that pays just as good. So the golden handcuffs, you know, keep you tethered, keep you tied. And I do see here with the devil, this is also about liberation. It's in reverse. So it tells me that you have released whatever was heavy or toxic, or that's something you're certainly doing here this month with that 3 of Swords. Now, the devil showing up in reverse is, again, liberation from materialism or manipulation, obsession, bondage, even codependency. Sometimes we can be tethered to it because of what it gives us, right? That financial golden handcuffs here. But I feel like you're walking away from this. All right. You're walking away from it because it's causing some health issues for some of you. Perhaps you feel very, very stuck, very stagnant. Some of you may even be needing a bit of an environmental change. If you sit for long periods, your body could be reacting to that energy of sitting for so long. Or maybe you are on your feet a lot. Your body could be reacting to constantly being on your feet. So I feel like there are environmental changes that are showing up here for you as well. And your body is trying to get your attention. Now you have the 8 of Cups, Leo. 8 of Cups is my Eat, Pray, Love card. This is about you moving on towards more emotional and spiritual fulfillment. The 8 of Cups is cutting ties, moving on, walking away, because your personal growth is a priority. You are discovering new skills and talents. You are someone who's constantly wanting to tap into that creative, inspirational part of yourself, that spiritual piece that is guiding you, saying, hey, look over here. The sun is coming up. You have to leave something that you may have been emotionally attached to behind in order for you to continue growing, for you to continue reaching that ultimate blessing, the 10 of Cups. So I do see the quest for something deeper here, the quest for something more meaningful. I'm getting Savannah. Okay, I'm hearing Savannah. Maybe some of you live in Georgia, or perhaps your name is Savannah. Please take that as it resonates. Or maybe You want to go towards a place that feels, more calm, more serene, kind of like a beautiful sunny savanna would be. But I do feel the Eight of Cups is reminding you to eat, to pray, and to love. All right. This is a new path ahead, a path where you can feel more connected because it feels like there's been a disconnect here somewhere along the way. In the near future, we have the Five of Pence showing up in reverse. This is the key. This is unlocking. Did I say that in the beginning of your reading? I feel like I seen that key kind of entering into the keyhole and turning here. So the Five of Pentacles in reverse is a feeling of being humbled. It is a feeling of coming in from the cold. It's also about your mindset. Lack of mentality can hold us back. We feel like there's not enough, or we feel like we're left out, or we're going to, struggle in some way. And I feel like that mindset is something that you are looking at and addressing. That could be the Three of Swords. That could be the Devil. That could be what you are leaving behind. It could be that emotional connection even that's caused a little bit of mental struggle. And I feel like you're unlocking. You're going to lift up your head here. You're going to grab that key that's in the corner and stick it in that key slot, and you're going to open the door to a new opportunity. Now you have the Death card. This is total transformation. I love the Death card here. It's death and rebirth. And a lot of times people fear the Death card, but this is about change. It's about liberation. It's the Phoenix rising, and this is inevitable. So the more that we can embrace change, the sooner we will release resistance. Because if we are not embracing change, we're resisting it. And that can keep us stuck. That can keep us with our head down in this room, not realizing that there is a new opening, that there is a new way of seeing the world or seeing a situation, that we have the ability to grow and transform. And the Death card is a spiritual transformation. It really is. And I feel like there's a big change coming in here for you. And this looks like a change for the better. I mean, those gears are moving right into the luck. So it reminds you about your perspective. Like it says, believe that you are lucky. You'll create an abundant mindset. Now, that doesn't mean toxic positivity. All right. Doesn't mean toxic positivity not to address your issues or your patterns or your beliefs. If anything, it's the opposite, right? Address those things so you can become, freed from whatever's holding you back. Now, in your environment, you have the 10 of Cups. This is about the blessing, the ultimate one. This is about really taking a look at what fulfills you, what work brings you joy. What is it that you can imagine yourself doing day in and day out? And a lot of you may be connecting more with your family. You may want to work with family. I'm getting child like counselor or psychologist. You could be working in a family-based business, or this is also creating a legacy that can benefit you and your family for many, many years to come. 10 of Cups energy. Now, I also see you really reflecting a lot, reflecting on what is going to fulfill you, connect you, and it's part of your mission. It's part of your purpose. I mean, the cups are not just emotional, but they're intuitive as well. It's an intuitive expression of yourself. And that is something you struggled to maybe tap into because you felt a bit disconnected. But I see here that your hope and fear, first of all, that you can put something to rest. The Four of Swords, you can see that she's nesting there. She has her heart right next to her. And look at this beautiful heart. The Three of Swords is a bit of a shattered one, but we see the Four of Swords. This is a complete whole heart. So you're hoping that you will feel a sense of completion, a sense of fulfillment. And because it's showing up here, I absolutely feel like you're breaking out of this. You're healing from it. Four of Swords, you're doing the work. This is self-care, renewal, rejuvenation, and allowing yourself to maybe take a bit of a break. Now, the downside of it, the fear part of it is, what if I'm overworking, overthinking, ignoring the signs of of rest, mental imbalance, obsessing about it, needing to recover, but telling yourself you should recover, but you're not. And it can be a little bit of a cluster when the Four of Swords is the fear. But you have everything within you to move forward into that Eight of Cups, that 10 of Cups. What is your final outcome here, Leo? You had these three cards that came out together, and this is why, because you have the Two of Pentacles right in between it. You have the Hermit, you have the Two of Pentacles, there's a choice, and then you have the Empress. There is a choice to be made here, and that's what tarot is all about. It helps guide you based on the energies that you are tapping into, because we all have free will. This is potential. So many times people will say, well, that didn't happen, or, I didn't move in that direction, or this isn't happening for me. Maybe because there's some frequencies, some energies that you are meant to explore, meant to tap into, or maybe there's some new choices, which choices basically are timelines. Choices jump us into a new reality. And I see that you have a choice to jump into a new reality. You've done some reflecting with the Hermit. All right, this is about introspection. It is about enlightenment. It is even at times a bit of that introversion. You may feel very introverted, doing a lot of that soul searching here and spending some time in solitude. There's nothing wrong with that at all. In fact, the Hermit becomes, very wise, very much in tune and connected when he takes some time to himself. But then there is a time to take what you've learned and apply it. Take the balance back into the life and say, okay, I've went through a period of hibernation or reflection. Now it's time to do something with it. Come out of the cold, or come out of that phase that you've been in here. The Two of Pentacles is weighing up some pros and cons. It can also be, balancing things here. It's also about embracing the Empress. All right, that's what you've been thinking about, is how can I truly embrace the divine feminine within me? Male or female, it doesn't matter. We all have divine feminine. And when this Empress shows up for you, she is giving birth to a new cycle. You see that her belly there is represented by the world. And she has all the beautiful fish here because she also represents prosperity and longevity. This could be that you are entering a new cycle of your career. This is also a very fertile, very creative energy. Some of you are midwives, or you are, taking care of others. You could be a healer, a mother, a nurturer, a lover. And I feel like this is a direction that you are opening up into. So remember what I said in the beginning. It may have been a struggle to tap into your creative potential, maybe due to lack of motivation or feeling stuck here in a pattern or a loop. This is you making the choice to take what you've learned while you were in that reflective period and applying it to your world, being kind to yourself and nurturing and watering, the garden that you are growing at this time, and including yourself. This is extreme self-care. Focusing on taking care of, your needs. Like I said earlier, remember to eat, remember to pray, and remember, to love. And I feel like that is what's showing up here. Empress is ultimately your final outcome, and she's the most abundant, creative energy in tarot. She is the divine feminine. She is Mother Gaia. So this is quite beautiful. This is about you balancing your spiritual intellect here with the Hermit. And this Hermit energy is also Virgo. We have Pisces and Virgo that just shifted nodes January 11th. And the Hermit is Virgo. So this is you really addressing some of the shadow characteristics or traits that Virgo carries. And I feel like you're coming out of some sort of introversion and maybe even a gestational period as you were waiting on this to grow, waiting for something to ripen. All right, let's get a message here from the wisdom of the oracle. What do we have for Leo, please? Wisdom of the oracle for Leo. Exchanging gifts. There's a beautiful gift or blessing coming in. Some of you could be born on the 27th. The 27th could be a significant time for you. I also see you receiving some very beautiful gifts from the universe. This is about the law of giving and receiving. Currency, trade-offs, weighing cost and determining value. And that's also what the Two of Pentacles does, weighing things up. Trade-offs, currency. I feel like you are entering into a productive and enriching time. And the message says, all your hard work and efforts, your commitment to learning, creating, and spending your time wisely pay off in ways that you may have never anticipated. That's the 10 of Cups. That's the ultimate blessing here for you, Leo. The gifts of yourself, your time, your ideas, and the energy of your intentions are being reciprocated by the universe, which is sending you signs and signals, aligning synchronistic meetings and opportunities to bring you success and more. Everything is an exchange. Keep doing what you're doing. Goodwill will come back tenfold. So I do see here that that you are aligning to a new opportunity, as it says. But because we have some challenge cards here for you, because you are getting yourself out of a stuck cycle or pattern, I am going to read to you the protection message. It's also card 27 that breaks down to 9. We are in a 9 year. It says, be careful what you pray for. And that's interesting because I keep saying eat, pray, love, right? Eat, pray, love. So be careful what you pray for because you just might get it. And then realize that you don't want to face the hefty price tag that comes with it. You may find yourself in a situation that you've always desired, but know you will have to walk away from it or even fail at it because you can't or won't pay the dues it asks of you. If you want to be a famous musician, you have to practice your craft every day. If you want to be a millionaire, you have to be responsible for managing the money and paying the taxes. Even a windfall bears a cost. It's okay though, because Spirit will help you achieve balance. There's the Two of Pentacles as well. Spirit will help you achieve balance over time. Another message here reminds you that being only the giver and not the receiver, bingo, there's the Empress. The Empress is the beautiful divine feminine of receptivity. She's the receiver. Being only the giver and not the receiver plays out in many relationships in your life where you may find yourself in victim mode or in a codependent dynamic or holding on to a false sense of control. Others may push you to continue to prove yourself. The time has come to distance yourself from this kind of imbalance. Being aware of the need for both give and take is the first step to your true destiny. It's all good and getting better. Not only can you handle this, but you can flourish as a result of it. I love that outcome here for you. That coincides with your Hermit and Empress, two major arcanas being brought together, that balance over time. I feel like this is it. February is the month where, you're going to see some of the gifts. She's coming out of the box there, that ballerina. There's a cat next to her. So independence, it feels like you're finally coming out of that period and you're going to see how this balance is playing out for you. Beautiful. Let's get a message here from your spirit animals. And at this time, Leo, if you can safely do so, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Nice deep inhale through the mouth. Hold it as long as you can. And release with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you, Leo, to imagine the first animal that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky or swims deep in the sea. Your animal could be wild, domesticated, mystical, or magical. This could be a pet that you currently have by your side or at your home. Maybe one that has crossed over the Rainbow Bridge. Perhaps this is an animal that has crossed your path recently in the great outdoors, or maybe even has visited through your dreams or meditations. There is no right or wrong answer, Leo. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do, Leo, is drop your animal, whether you have 1 or 5, drop them below in the comment section. I personally will enter you into that giveaway, so please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, what are your animals this month? We have Owl Spirit. You can see clearly now. Absolutely, you can see clearly now. You are clearing up that mental clutter with the 4 of Swords. You have unlocked a very important part of your subconscious mind, bringing about a sense of awareness on where your blockages are. And I see here with the 43 card, this is 7 energy. This is spiritual awareness, inner awareness, where you're able to tap in to your higher self. You're reconnecting to that inner wisdom that you have. So nocturnal, I mean, owls are nocturnal. They can see in the dark. So that coincides with that moon energy that I was picking up on. You can see something clearly. Some of you may be 43 years old, 40 years old, or 57. You have the Mouse Spirit, tend to the small things. That is what's showing up in February as well, is, looking at some of the smaller things, because those are the bigger things. They can all amount to something quite significant. And I feel like this has to do with your thoughts, with your beliefs. It also could be that you are restructuring, reorganizing, maybe an office space or a desk or even an environment. But I feel like it is important for you to get organized and tend to those small things this month. That will help you find more stability and balance, with it being a 4, number 4 here. Now we have the Squirrel Spirit. Believe in yourself. Now the squirrel, he's hoarding a bunch of nuts there. He's getting ready. There's a preparation. And what I said the other day when this card came up is, sometimes the squirrel looks a bit nutty. He's holding on to the nuts, but don't worry about how you look. Don't worry about the judgments here. What matters is your own self-worth. This is about your talents, your purpose, your divine journey, not anyone else's. And I feel like you are taking back your power. I keep getting that for you, taking back your power. I mean, King of Wands is you. It's crossing your energy here this month. So wherever you felt a bit stuck or a bit resistance, this is you reclaiming who you are. So believe in yourself. And then lastly, you have the beautiful Bee Spirit, also another 7. Bee Spirit says, sweet results await. Sweet results await. So this is about maybe a busy bee energy. It could be a busy time for you this month as you prepare, as you get ready to make some changes, maybe some new choices with that 2 of Pentacles. You're weighing up some pros and cons, but I do feel like there are sweet results. That's what that 10 of Cups is reminding you. And you have the gifts showing up here as well, 27. All right, last but not least, let's get a message from your soul's truth. What does Leo need to know at this time? And soul work, an action step that you can take here, Leo. We have, how can you surrender even more in this moment? This is like that hanged man energy as well, or getting out of your own way. It is essential to have clear, strong intentions of what we desire, but it's equally important for us to detach from the outcome. It's time to surrender. Let the universe have some breathing room to work. Let go of the wheel. Maybe that's that wheel of fortune I was picking up on. Let go of the wheel and trust so deeply that your trust turns into gratitude for what you cannot see yet, but you know is coming. Today's soul action. Know this. You so deeply that your soul vibrates. You are not alone. Your life has purpose, and the more you surrender, the more God can produce miracles in your life. Something you can do, Leo, is incorporating this mantra into your morning routine or throughout the day. I surrender. I accept all that I cannot change. I release the outcome, and I joyfully trust the process. That's a beautiful mantra to remind you of the things that are outside of your control, right? You can't do anything about them, but what you can control is how you respond to them. And you can joyfully trust the process. It doesn't have to be painful, which is what we're seeing here. You can joyfully trust the process moving forward and surrender, because when we surrender, we embrace change. That is what I have for you, Leo. If this resonates, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell if you haven't already. And thank you again so much for being here. Lots of love.